Today I'll be doing a video covering the limited edition Gameboy Advance Latias and Latios. At least I think that's how you say the name of these two Pokemon. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this system. So this system was released only in Japan in Pokemon Center stores, which is why you have the Pokemon Center sticker on the back right here. And it was to celebrate the release of a TV show called Pokemon Heroes Latias and Latios. And there were also a few other limited edition Pokemon Game Boy Advance systems that came out at the time. There were quite a few. 4 others, not including this one. You had the limited edition Pokemon Center New York one to celebrate the release of the Pokemon Center store in New York City. So obviously the name describes it. I just told you what it was twice. But anyway, there were 3 other ones that were sort of like this one. Made for a similar purpose, which was to celebrate releases of other TV shows, movies, maybe even games, stuff like that. A lot of people don't know too much about them, so I'll have a link in the description on a website that will tell you a little bit about the others if you're interested. And of course, it will tell you a little bit about this one too. So the other ones, you have the Celebi version. I think it's Swissine. And there's another one that they just called the White Game Boy Advance. They all have the Pokemon right here. And they're actually quite different, even though they kind of go by the same standards. So, all 3 of them are kind of basic colors. They aren't blue like this. They aren't dual color, I don't think. They don't have different colored buttons. So this one definitely looks the best. Like I said, it's got like 2 different colors, dual tone, and I really like that, and that's why the system's in kind of high demand. But that's only for Pokemon collectors, because a lot of people don't even know that this system, or this edition of the system, actually exists. Not many of them were made, but I think for people who are collecting, they're going to look for this one a lot, because it just, like I said, it looks so much better than the other ones. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this system. So I'll just show you that it works. So I'll turn it on. I already have my Pokemon Ruby cartridge in it. So it works nice. Obviously, all these systems, they're region free. You can play games from any region you want, which is a nice little thing about these. So yeah, as you can see, all the buttons are red against the bright blue front right here, and this is not the same color as the one that was released on launch day of 2001, the indigo purple one. I mean, this is totally a different color, so you know that they really worked hard on this. You have the standard sticker on the back right here. I don't think it's changes much just because it's in Japan. It's written mostly in English. Actually, all of it's in English. The Pokemon Center sticker is just really nice. You have the Pokeball on the left. It says 2002 Pokemon on it. That's the Game Freak on the bottom right, which is awesome. So other than the nice design, it's obviously the same system as the other ones. It's got the same hardware, plays the same games, 32-bit system, all of that stuff. We have the speaker on the right. So you have the A and B button, your right and left triggers. Another thing that I want to mention is kind of weird. I'm not sure if the triggers were made differently, but they feel like really nice. I have 3 other Game Boy Advance systems. I've got the Glacier one, limited edition Platinum, and the Indigo Purple. And they really click on the other systems. These ones feel really nice. Like, you can't hear them. They feel very smooth. I don't know what's up with it, but it's really nice. So anyway, you've got the D-pad, your start, your select. It says Nintendo on the top. Obviously the stickers, battery cover, takes 2 AA's right here. You have your on and off button, your headphone jack, and your volume button right there, or volume scroll button I should say. So in this specific system you have a few scratches on the screen, not much. You can see it's worse right here, but that's not over the screen where you're going to see it being played, which is awesome. You have a few scratches on the battery cover. There's a little bit of wear in the corners right here where someone's just put it down on the table. little bit of wear up here if it could focus right, but it doesn't. Oh, yep, there we go. So like I said, it's really rare. I wish I could find out how many of these were made. Nintendo doesn't usually release the number of systems that were made. They only release like sales statistics, and that's for all the Game Boy Advance systems, not like a particular version of it, which is too bad. I'd have to estimate there's at least less than 10,000 of these released. I mean, there can't be many more than that. I know 5,000 in the video game world is a really small number. It might even be 5,000. I'm just not sure. There were 80 million of total Game Boy Advance systems made. And either way, this is like an extremely small portion of it, so it really appeals to Nintendo collectors, just video game collectors, Pokemon fans. This one's probably the most sought after, and I'll tell you a personal story about this one. I got it just a few days ago off of a seller in Japan, because obviously that's where they came from. Now, unfortunately, no one really knew about this system because he called it Latias and Latios with an R. It's not a huge mistake. Obviously, if you're speaking a whole different language, it's so hard to translate. But unfortunately, that mistake made it so whenever people search for this system, they just couldn't find it on eBay. So how did I find it? I can't quite remember. I think I was going through some other limited edition Pokemon systems. I know this guy was selling like a couple GBASP systems. And I saw it in seller's other items, and I really liked this. So it had a few price reductions on it. I think he had it at $140, then eventually went down at $120, but somehow there's still like 5 people watching it, so I figured next price reduction someone might snag it, and I needed this, because this was the only one I could find on eBay. I mean, there were a couple others from Germany with stock photos, but I wasn't going to risk it. So yeah, it's a really nice system. I think I covered everything. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to comment down below. Like I said, I'll have a couple links about more info on this system. I'll definitely have the links, a link to the IGN website where they, back in 2002, they made an official announcement that Nintendo was going to release the system in stores, and it's kind of cool because they have all of their old articles on the website. So I'll definitely include that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more. One last thing that I forgot to mention, if you're into retro games or just video games in general, I have an Instagram page that you can check out. It's 802 Retro Games. I don't have a huge collection yet. I don't have that many posts, but I try to bring out the most in my collection. I usually post at least once a month. So thanks again for watching. Again, if you have any questions, you can just comment down below.